What's going on, believers? That massive thud that you just heard? That was the launch of Saitamask. Here we are. It's not financial advice, and I'm always right.
I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways.
All right, guys, let's get after it. We're at 47.95. That means we are down another 15.6%. This is based on the Saitamask launch being what can only be described as a flaming failure at this point. Doesn't mean that we won't have a nice little run up coming over here soon. Just means that it was a gigantic thud and dump. Now, when it was launched yesterday, there was the immediate and massive sell-off, which you can see right here. Then there was the hopeful buyback moment that was happening right afterwards. And then from that point on, Saitamask did not work. It didn't work because the development team messed anything up. It didn't work because it was the victim of a DDoS attack, and that left everybody unable to create an account, unable to log in, unable to do whatever it is that they wanted to do with Saitamask to test out for whatever was going to happen. So it cannot be understated. Two things. Number one, this was not the fault of Saitama. Number two, this is another in a line of underwhelming things that are happening with Saitama. So there's a little bit of one and a little bit of the other on what's going on here, and that leaves everybody here probably wondering, well, what does the long term hold? Now, excuse me. The difficult part here is the prediction, and the prediction is I think we're still going to have a nice big run up. But it's not going to happen until people get into the wallet and can actually use it, which from the tech speak that they were using during most of the communication that they were having, which let's take a look at that real quick. We experienced a massive bot attack on our sign-up API, which caused some disruption. We restricted use currently while we mitigate the attack. We will update when the app is under normal operation. Current ETA is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then we had another update. It says, hello, Wolfpack, quick update on Saitamask. Our engineering team has countered the DDoS bot attack and resolved the issue. The update will be reflected on backend servers immediately. However, the App Store may take 24 to 48 hours to update. This is in no way a security issue within the app, rather a malicious attack to prolong its release. So what we ended up having here was the attack, which was going to be fixed by 9 p.m. Eastern, and that would be 6 p.m. Central Time. That was yesterday, and it is still not fixed. I still can't use it. Most people are reporting that they can't log in, they can't use it. So that means that this app store may take 24 to 48 hours to update portion is what they're trying to say, in that they have countered the attack and changed whatever IP it was that was being used, which will probably lend itself to making it a little bit easier to get logged in, get everybody registered, and we can all get started trading. Then 3 hours after that, Max posts, hey guys, I more than anyone was excited to release Saitamask today, only solidified my focus. And if anyone thinks they have seen something, they have seen nothing yet. I'll be focusing on Saitama obsessively and making sure I'm focusing on the Wolfpack. Our mission is important. Well, that's the answer of someone who is in the middle of something that they've been promising for months and months and months, and when they get to it, it didn't work. So they've got some fixing to do, and I don't know what to say. Every time they do something, they do it to the lowest possible level. When it comes to physical pieces, I should say, we haven't seen Saitamask. We don't know if Saitamask could be the greatest wallet that has ever existed. Max could be a genius. This could be something that's epic, and this is something that's great. But when it comes down to marketing, security, presentation, Saitama has been just not very good in that regard. And that has led to a lot of frustration, And let's go back and let's look at that one more time. So here we are at the Saitama run-up. That is way past its prime. And here we are. Just kind of pay attention here. This was where we were channeling before anything great was happening. We had a little drop down to the 4400s at 43. Then we got a little leg up, and then we got some accumulation here, which generally means we're going to have another lift, which we got the lift, but it was not sustained because things are not going right. Now, when you look at we look at the bars down at the bottom, you can see that sentiment has absolutely died in the last few hours. Now, it could be that could be the product of the overnight. When we get to U.S. hours, which is going to be like in this range right here, we might start to see another big lift. Not a big lift to the upside, though. We might see the volume continue to increase. But I think after this type of volume, after this type of volume, after this type of volume, and after all of this promise to be delivered a product that right now doesn't work, means that we're going to have some waiting to do before we start to see some real price action. Now, if you're a holder and you are anybody who's bought in down here at this bottom and you're feeling okay, or you're somebody who bought in somewhere around here and you're not feeling very good, or going over here, you're someone that bought in way near the top and you feel wrecked right now. Here's what I'm going to say to that. You are in a product right now that has for a long time done a really quality job of accumulating hodlers and market cap. The market cap is sitting at $2.5 billion. Go look around. There's not a lot of tokens that have a $2.5 billion market cap. So don't be short-sighted and think that there is not an opportunity here that you are going to see. There is a tremendous opportunity right here. But let's move on. All right, guys, I'm not ranting here. I'm saying that if you are into Saitama and you believe in Saitama, then you should be hodling this thing and waiting for that moment. Because here's the thing. Even though this was tripped up, it could have been by anybody. There are plenty of different foils out there that could have been part of this DDoS attack. So the people will probably never be known because that's not how it goes. But what will be known is that at some point, very shortly, this thing is going to start working. When it starts working, then you're going to be real excited. You're going to be real excited because guess what? It's probably a pretty good product. If Max is telling you that this is probably the best thing that he's ever been involved in, and he's comparing it to something like MetaMask, or any of these other guys who have seen it and who have transacted with it are telling you how great it is because they've seen it, then it's probably something that you're going to be excited about. Also, let's consider that everything that's in it is wrapped with Saitama, which means that Saitama is going to be sold a lot. So the bottom is probably in right about now. There might be another dump. Guys, we have some very unfaithful hoes as whales right now. That took their profit. And here's the thing. Yesterday, one of the important things when you started looking at the wallets, and this is something that I'm going to tell you that had me very nervous for a long period of time until I took a step back and realized they're always that way. But the whales that were accumulating, the whales that were in our product, they were selling out. They were not just selling off. They were getting out of Saitama. And you know what? There's going to be a lot of those short-term guys that are going to pump into other things. So I don't think that it's something to worry about. I think in the short term, it was a little nerve-wracking. It annoyed me. But in the end, guys, Saitama is going to make that big move. It's going to have that moment where it takes off and elevates itself to a new level. It's going to take a day. It's going to take 2 days. We're going to start to see some action with Saitamask. We're going to see some activity with Saitamask. The next thing you know, we're going to start to see that price action move to the upside. Then we're going to start to see the accumulation of more and more tokens that are part of that network. And then we're all going to be excited. So, guys, that's my time. Let's not give... mean, I hate to say it, but Saitama did what Saitama does, and that's not great. But at the end of the day, the important thing is this: Saitamask is released. It's out there. Now we just have to wait that little period of time until it's working right, and then we'll see what it is that we have. And if we have something that's special, and we have something that's great, think about the price action just for a few minutes. Think about the price action on something like PancakeSwap or Uniswap, and think about what they're trading at right now. Not the $20. I mean, we don't have that right now, but they are trading in the billions of dollars market cap, which means that there is a lot of life left in Saitama. So, guys, hold, continue to be faithful, and understand that these mistakes, they won't continue forever. That's my time. Let's have a good Sunday.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go.